What's up everybody, KingGBL here, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're starting off in the KingGBL League at 24-35 ELO. In the Open Great League, I tanked down. I was messing around having some fun matches with different teams. We've now got 2 weeks of Love Cup, so I'm going to try to push my way back up again. Today's team is Solrock, Galarian Slowbro, and Licky Licky. I highly recommend this team. I went extremely positive. 3 4-1s, 2 3-2s, and a 5-0 with this team. Exceptionally positive. We're going to have a look through the matches, so if you guys want to try out the team for yourself, you can see some footage, see some gameplay. I'll give you my thoughts and opinions on the team, and things that you need to watch out for, and hopefully that should help you make a push in the Love Cup. As per usual, I'm going to ask you all to drop a like on the video, helps out a bunch, gets the videos out there. Subscribe to the channel if you've not yet done so. I stream daily on YouTube, and I do upload several times per week usually, so definitely do that if you want to stick around. If you're interested in joining our community, feel free to join the Discord in the description down below. Anyway guys, as you can see, we've got the Talonflame here. Solrock absolutely destroys Talonflame. You can actually tank a Brave Bird if you need to, which you might see later in the video, and we farm down the Licky Licky. So a team that can be a real issue for this is things like Talonflame lead with double fighter in the back. One thing that I've got on the Solrock is Psychic. It makes the Medicham matchup a lot more consistent. As you can see, the opponent's running Pop Medi in the lead, which is pretty fine for us. We can go for Psychics, and we do have an answer to Scrafty and Medicham in the back in Slowbro. But if you do catch it in the lead, of course you don't want it to go on your Licky Licky, and typically when they have a fighter in the lead, they'll have things like Ariados, Talonflame, Skeledirge, some stuff in the back that's weak to rollout. So we just basically play the match out in the front, we let the opponent take it, and we're going to look to basically try to sweep up with Slowbro and Licky Licky here. I'm going to commit to a massive farm down. We do take a lot of damage, and in comes Licky Licky. It's kind of awkward. Of course, they're just super bulky. Slowbro can put through a lot of damage. From here, unfortunately, I thought I would love this body slam, we do not, and it's all on Licky Licky at this point. The opponent goes into Ariados, they're going to debuff us here, but an Earthquake, which I think is the correct moveset for this team, we'll look to get it very, very low. We can look to roll it down, and hopefully get off an Earthquake on their Licky Licky. With the debuffs, this is getting pretty close. We do get that rollout through. I'm going to respect this move, thinking that the Licky Licky could be on Shadow Ball, and yeah, like I said, trying to preserve some health. We're going to go for Earthquake right away. We've got an absolute ton of energy. Bang! That will do a lot of damage. Because we're debuffed, we're going to have to go for double Earthquake. We need to survive this move, come on. Okay, they go for Body Slam, hang on. By the looks of things, the opponent is on the Shadow Ball moveset, and this is working out very nicely for us. Good games well played there. And hopping into the next one, we have a Slowbro in the lead with Confusion, I think. This is quite an interesting lead. We resist the Confusions, and we do outpace to the Rock Slide. We're going to look to get this straight off, and on this team, the main sort of thing with Licky Licky is it's a damage sponge. Anytime I can catch a move on Licky Licky, you know, whether it be against an Ariados lead, build up to the lunge, catch it on Licky Licky, or be it anything. What I found with this team is getting a huge energy lead with Solrock in the lead, swapping out, and then farming down the opponent's second Pokemon really puts you in a brilliant position to win the match, even if it is Scrafty in the back. Psychic is single resisted, but Psychics do add up. Solar Beam is cool if you get shields down, but most of the time, in the lead or something, if it's Medicham, they'll respect the Solar Beam. There's no point really throwing it willy-nilly, so I do like to have Psychic and, of course, Rock Slide, and then look to try and get energy leads, having Psychic for the Medichams and things that are a little bit tricky. As you can see, we do get the energy lead here. We can get off a Rock Slide, the opponent lets it go, and in the back, are they going to bring in their final Pokemon here? Let's have a look. They do bring in a Slowking. Shadow Slowbro, Shadow Slowking. I would be surprised if this is not a Jamie Finn battle submission happening right here. We outpace to the move, we get off a Brutal Swing, and I think I might actually hop out to go for a catch here at this point. Yep, we do hop out. The opponent was basically forced to go for the move at that point, and we're just in the perfect position now. They go for a big Scald, which would have done a lot of damage. It probably would have taken us out, so good thing we made that catch. We're going to go for a Brutal Swing once again on the Solrock. Doesn't quite take it out, but it will put us in a position where we can look to farm everything down. Good games well played. And hopping on into the next one here, we have an Ariados lead. This is a very good lead for us. They can look to do heavy damage with Lunge, but the opponent swaps straight out. Now, on this kind of safe swap, if you get a rollout safe swap, just do a bunch of Psy Waves and try to catch the move on your Licky Licky. They build up to the Thunderbolt. They always build up to 5 if it's Licky Licky or Miltank. Body Slam is resisted by Solrock, so they won't be throwing that move. They'll build up to the 5, and then you can go for the catch. That basically puts us in a position where we've got like 15 Psy Waves banked on the Solrock, and it means if the opponent does have a Scrafty, we're basically ahead in that matchup by a Psychic. Even Rock Slide in that matchup does a decent amount of damage. Out of the 2 moves, Rock Slide is more efficient, but Psychic does more damage, so if you need 2 moves to knock something out, and 2 Rock Slides won't quite do it, go for double Psychic. Anyway guys, we get off a Brutal Swing on the Medicham. I think you probably should go for double Surf in this matchup. I do think Surf is kind of necessary on the Slowbro. It helps out with things like Talonflame as well. The opponent swaps out, we bring back in the Solrock. We've got a bunch of energy here and we're looking to be in a good position. They shield the first move. I think I'll look to respect the lunge. It wouldn't one-shot us here, but it'll do a lot of damage. I think we'd basically have to deal with the Ariados here. We don't really want to get permanently debuffed or anything like that. I think the opponent is fighting for it because, of course, they do have the debuff potential. But I'm happy to play this out. We've got a shield advantage. They come into Metacham. We bring in the Slowbro. I bank a move as well. So it basically means Ariados is going to have to build up 2 moves against Slowbro if they want to take both Pokemon out. That puts us in a great position. I'm actually happy enough for the opponent to take me out here. I'd commit to the farm down because I don't want to give the Ariados an energy lead. The opponent comes back in. Rockslide will be looking to take it out. And that's good games well played. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on the Love Cup in the comments down below. Personally, it's been a lot of fun for me. I enjoy limited metas a lot more than Open Great League these days. I think Open Great League is just a very, very bulky league. Very kind of toxic fast move teams, or you know, Astonish, Mudslap, Wigglytuff, really toxic bulky Pokemon like Corsola, Diggersby, Azu. I find it to be very boring. I really enjoy these cups where we have things like Licky Licky, Ariados, Solrock. You're never going to see these in Open Great League, and it definitely is a lot of fun to use these and build these Pokemon. Basically, anytime I see a limited meta, I'm always pretty excited to build a new Pokemon and try it out. Solrock, one of these Pokemon that I just built yesterday, and like I said, it was a lot of fun. They go for Dynamic Punch, we come in with Slowbro, go for the jab down, and we're just putting it all in Slowbro here. This is definitely a tricky team so far. They come into Clefable here, quite interesting. They're going to basically come in and get a Meteor Mash or a Swift off, which will be looking to do a lot of damage. So even though this seems like a weird move by the opponent, we're basically forced to shield that, and unfortunately, we're just in a sort of tricky spot here. Druddigon comes back in. They know Dragon Claw and Brutal Swing. By the looks of things, or sorry, Night Slash. They will get off a Night Slash here. That will be looking to take us out. And unfortunately, we do take a loss here, sorry. Or maybe we're going to farm this down. Do we make it to 2 Brutal Swings? Hang on, does a Brutal Swing actually knock out the Clefable? Does a Brutal Swing knock out? This is going to be really, really close. If this knocks out, we win. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite knock out. Very close game there, but good games nonetheless. With Clefable, I've seen a lot of them on Meteor Mash and Swift, which is kind of interesting. Clefable, kind of a cool Pokemon. We did go for one in the first set, and you're going to see later on in the video, we get a crazy reward from GBL rewards. Anyway, Crustle, quite an interesting lead. They do apparently win CMP here. They go for X-Scissor, that'll look to one-shot me basically. I think it's 10 to X-Scissor, and it's 12 to our Rock Slide. So we need to do a bit of a catch here. Yep, okay, nice. We do catch it in time. Come into Licky Licky, Damage Sponge time. Licky Licky, of course, with super effective rollouts. They bring in the Scrafty. Generally speaking, you do want to draw out the Scrafty with your Licky Licky, just so you can somewhat deal with it, because if you land an Earthquake, it does a lot of damage. That's why we're on Earthquake instead of Shadow Ball here. We just need it for Scrafty, more or less. If they don't go for Pop, I think you can get off a Body Slam as well. We bring in this. This is kind of annoying. I go for this Brutal Swing, just to try and sort of chip it down. They actually end up shielding it, and we come in and go for the snipe with the Rock Slide. So yep, we've got rid of Scrafty. We should be in a pretty fine position now. They actually catch it on the Crustle. Pretty nice catch by the opponent, but that does look to one-shot them. I shield the Foul Play, and we're going to see what's in the back. The opponent actually brings in a Hisui and Electrode. Quite an interesting pick here. What the opponent basically needs to do is build up 2 back-to-back Wild Charges. I think the opponent might have actually overfarmed a little bit too much here. We do make it to another Rock Slide. That's going to be good games well played. 2 Rock Slides, of course, will look to knock it out. And Solrock, once again, just cleaning up. You get an energy lead, and you just clean up. So Tyrantrum, it takes them 5 to get to the move. I'm going to for my move first here. Just basically get a shield off the opponent, get heavy damage or whatever. They actually let it go. I'm coming straight into Licky Licky. We catch the Crunch. I think it's either 7. I think it's 7 for Meteor Beam and 5 for Crunch. They bring in their own Licky Licky. Another reason you want to have Earthquake is for this matchup. Body Slam is more energy efficient, but generally in this matchup, 2 Earthquakes plus Rollouts will knock this out. So you just want to go straight Earthquake in this matchup, basically. Because if you think about it, if you're throwing Body Slam after Body Slam, the opponent's constantly sneaking a move and everything. It just works out better to go for 2 Earthquakes in this match. They go for Body Slam here. We can get a nice little farm down with Slowbro, and hopefully we should be able to clean up with a bit of an energy lead. They come into Ariados. This is great. Thankfully, no catch or anything out of the opponent here. By the way, guys, I put the IVs on screen for y'all. I know everybody's been asking for them. I just have been super lazy because I have to, like, check my phone and type them into my graphic. As you guys see in the channel, half the time, my graphic's not even correct. A couple of times, I think last week or the week before, I just had the complete wrong team on the graphic. Funny enough, last week, if you guys seen that video, I think I had the Talonflame graphic on one of the videos. When I was using like a Pidgeot lead. I actually did update it, but for some reason my editing software doesn't like to do it sometimes. Anyway guys, in this matchup here, we do have a Seaking. We go for the catch on the potential drill run. It's 8-7 to those moves, 8 for the, sorry, it's 7-6. 7 to the first one, 6 to the second one. They come into the Miltank. This is pretty fine. Once again, Licky Licky the Damage Sponge, it's here to draw out something. You will oftentimes get a situation where the opponent chips you and then comes into their own Licky Licky. Even that's pretty good for you because you get a slight energy lead. you typically get off to Earthquakes, which will get them very low. And then you can look to, you know, not worry about Earthquake on your Slowbro. Slowbro into Licky Licky is a very awkward matchup. I end up trying to catch the move. Unfortunately, they Thunderbolt me here. And back in comes Seaking. We're going to go for a Rock Slide here. Again, we built up a bunch of energy and we swapped out, so that's pretty good for us. We get off 2 Rock Slides here, and I think we're going to look to swap out again. I think the opponent returns the favor and goes for a catch here at this point. Very nice catch by the opponent, but we're up 2 shields, so we don't really mind too much at this stage. In comes Slowbro. We can look to basically either farm up or just come straight into our own Slowbro. I decided to come into my own straight away. I can tank this move. I know that the fish has got a drill run banged, so we're pretty happy just to overfarm here at this point. Get to back-to-back brutal swings, shield the second one if we need to, and we're just in a very good position. Yep, Seaking comes in. We look to go for this immediately. The opponent does not further move straight away. This does not quite knock them out, but it's basically GG's at this point. This is a team that I came up with myself, and I noticed there's 2 different variations of it in the meta that you might want to watch out for. There's one with Scrafty in the back, so it's Licky Licky and Scrafty in the back, and there's one with Clefable. As I was running this team yesterday, I just came up with it. I was on PvPoke looking for it to see what might kind of work well with it. I wasn't quite sure what to use as the third. I thought that Soul Rock and Licky Licky was a good core, which is what a lot of people seem to be thinking, right? Junkasy actually showcased this team with Clefable, so if you run into this team with that, you just basically RPS it, right? Like, you beat the Soul Rock in the lead and you just RPS the team. Yeah, so there's one with Clefable, one with Scrafty. You basically want to get your Slowbro on the Clefable or Scrafty, so if you do get opposing Soul Rock leads, keep that in mind. It's probably either this team, Scrafty, or Clefable, with Licky Licky in the back. Anyway, the opponent shields the move. I go for the extra here. I don't think I quite died to this move, bro. This thing is, oh, actually I do die to it. This thing is generally super thick though. We're going to come in, go for a massive farm, and in comes Talonflame. I bank the move, come in, go for the Rock Slide, which will look to absolutely one-shot them. And yeah, this is basically curtains for the opponent. Back in comes Medi, we go for the Psychic. This is where Psychic is coming in clutch. Against these Medichams, just having this high damage move, like I think they lived that Rock Slide right there. The game was probably over, but it's just useful having that moveset. Anyway, hopping in, we've got a Cargo lead, Mag Cargo. We decide paste this to the Rock Slide. Rock Slide will look to not be quite deadly, I think, but it more or less knocks it out, puts it into farm down range. Opponent shields it. Once again, we're absorbing the damage on Licky Licky. It's going to be a Rock Tomb. Yeah, nice Rock Tomb, dude. We're going to build up here, and the opponent actually allows me to get to an Earthquake. It's straight free to the moves on Cargo. It's never free to. They let the move go, and they come into Clefable. This is amazing. Clefable's out on the field. We're letting this move go, and we're going to come in to jab it down eventually. As you seen earlier, like, Clefable can do very fine into Slowbro. You can't really, like, fully jab it down from full health without taking Meteor Mashes, so we're pretty happy to land the Earthquake. We're up a shield. I'm going to respect the Meteor Mash here. Slowbro up energy can do very well, and keeping some health is great. That'll just keep us out of range for one Brutal Swing here, and we can look to get off multiple Brutal Swings here on their Slowbro. So this is nice, we can tank this, and look to get our move immediately. We're heading energy. I actually go for an aggro pivot here, just to basically come in with Soul Rock, get a huge energy lead. And these side waves are absolutely going insane. I'm not a huge fan of a lot of the move updates recently, but this is one of the ones that I'm a huge fan of. Side wave, it's just such a fun move. We're farming it all the way down before they make a Brutal Swing. Back in comes Clefable, and they concede the match. Caesar is just crazy in the lead. We come into Slowbro and just absolutely cope. Caesar is just such a horrible thing for this team. I don't know what I'm supposed to do to beat this. The good thing is one Rock Slide will basically knock them out. They come into Miltank. So once again, if we can just get our energy lead and get shields down, maybe with Slowbro on the swap here, maybe we can do something, get off 2 Rock Slides, try to threaten it that way, and then look to come in with Licky Licky, do neutral rollouts, maybe land an Earthquake later on. Body Slams will do a lot of damage to it as well, because it is such a glassy Pokemon. So we get the Miltank in a nice position where it is in farm down range. Hopefully they don't make a Thunderbolt or an Ice Beam here. I think this is a Body Slam, so we have to let it go, and we're going to see what we can do with this. Body Slam comes in. This is tough, dude. Back in comes Caesar. We get this one move off. We're not trying to stay in here and take too many bullet punches. They'll absolutely wreck us. We come into Licky Licky. We're forced to let the move go. Thankfully, Licky is Ficky. We can't take this move. And in comes Toitnada. Okay, we actually have a chance to win this now, because we can make a move with our Soul Rock. We can one-shot, well, not quite one-shot it, but we can actually even roll out it down, which is better. I'm going to look to go for a cheeky little bait here. This is such a glassy Pokemon that I'm not expecting the opponent to call this move. They actually do call it, but the Body Slam going through could be really good for us here. I get off another move here, and we actually might be in a position to win. I'm going to come in, start going for Side Waves like crazy, and we should be in a fine position. Side Wave being just such a decent move that we can look to Side Wave all the way down almost. They make a last second Night Slash, and we're going to look to roll out it all the way down with our Licky Licky. The opponent even gets the boost, which I thought was going to take me out, but somehow we beat that Caesar lead. Slowbro lead in the next one, and surprisingly the opponent swaps straight out. They normally stand to get off a brutal swing, and just every single time, if you get a safe swap that Licky Licky can deal with, you just build up some energy, go for the catch every single time. It works like a charm. I'm going to go straight for the Earthquake. I'm not going to mess around with this Bruxish. They do let it through, and we're looking pretty decent now. They've got the Slowbro here. They can look to take us out with the brutal swing right away. But once again, we've got a huge energy lead with Soul Rock, and we can look to put it to use here. I probably shouldn't wait my switch clock down because they're locked in. They come into Clefable, like we come into Slowbro, and it's just curtains for them. So GG's well played. And we actually get a Frigibacks for our GBL rewards here. And guys, have a look at this. Have a look at this thing. We get a hundo from GBL rewards. That's probably the craziest thing I've ever got. I've had a 0-15-15 more Peko. Let me know in the comments down below. What's the craziest thing you've ever had from GBL rewards? We get Licky Licky Far Too Thicky in the lead. OG Lickitung. I'm going to go for the catch in 17. It's 17 licks to the Power Whip. As per tradition, we catch it on Big Boy Licky and in comes Scrafty. This is great. We drew out the fighter. We're happy to see this. If it is, like I said, double fighter, this can get really awkward for us. So we'll have to see. We get an Earthquake off on this. Sometimes you do actually pull a shield here, which is kind of surprising. Again, I think if they don't pop you, get off a body slam and an Earthquake. We come into the Soul Rock. I think we end up going for a Psychic. Psychic does more damage. We're probably going to have to respect the foul play. They actually respect that move, which is kind of interesting. And yeah, it's kind of a tricky choice. It's tempting to put it all in Slowbro at that point, but I'm happy enough if I can just get rid of this. This probably has a lot more play if they're shielding that, and back in comes their Lickitung. Talonflame in the back, okay, this is perfect. And I think this is why you want Surf instead of Scald. Surf is a little bit faster pacing. It'll look to take out the Talonflame pretty much after a few poison jabs. And we're going to shield this. We need as much bulk on our team as possible when we're dealing with Licky. The Licky is not completely dry, but it is fairly dry. We did catch the Power Whip earlier on. I'm thinking here, if I can get off 2 moves, 1 Brutal Swing, I'm really close to a Rock Slide on my Soul Rock. We might be fine here. We do snipe it with the Rock Slide. Is this going to be enough? If they lick us down, we're probably in trouble, but thankfully, that does knock them out, and that's good games. Lickitung not been super common in this cup yet, but with all the meta champs running around, I wouldn't be surprised if it became a bit more common, and Soul Rock being a little bit more popular now as well. Actually, Lickitung could be really good. Skeletor just getting into the meta a little bit more now as well. Lickitung actually could be a really good shout. I'm just going to throw that out there. But anyway, once again, we've got Rollout versus Rollout here. I wasn't really watching, but I'm assuming I caught the move. I guess that is what happened, because he just quits the match immediately. Good games. We have a Licky Licky lead here. If we catch this in the lead, we do the same routine as it would be if it was a safe swap route. We just build up, catch the move on our own Licky. They don't fall for it. They do stay in for a move anyway. This is fine. Earthquake comes in, that does a decent little chip into us here. And they're actually staying in here. I get off an Earthquake on them. I'm pretty happy with this. Anytime I can misalign the switch clock and get off heavy damage on their rollout user, always happy with that. Earthquake coming through. They actually come into, I was going to say a Lola Mola. It's actually Sea King with Waterfall. The ELO is starting to show a little bit here. This is not good. If it's double Waterfall, our Soul Rock might not have a great place to go on the team. So I decide here to come in, fire off of the Rock Slide, look to get a shield off the opponent if possible, and just come in for a ton of poison jabs. This could be a drill run, but again, they're not using... Oh, it is actually a drill run. I was going to say, because they're not using the Legacy Fast move. Maybe they're using, like, Mega Horn or some of the other moves that it's got. This is a triple Legacy Pokemon, typically. The opponent ends up shielding that, and we end up getting another move off. I'm assuming it's like 5 Waterfalls to the move. Like, I just don't know what the counts are for that. We go for a Surf, it'll do more damage. Maybe I could have went for double Brutal Swing here. Maybe that would have been the play, but I put it into farm down range for Soul Rock. The opponent doesn't further move, so I'll happily get off a Rock Slide here. They catch it on Licky Licky, decide to quit the match, and that's going to be good games. So you can really see the power of, like, just catching a move and just having energy with Soul Rock. It just wins the match. Once again, haha, seen it once, seen it a million times this video. We catch a move. We use Licky Licky as a damage sponge. We can Earthquake whatever comes in. It's just such a consistent strategy, and I highly recommend playing it like this if you're on this team. Lunge comes through. I'm going to build up to max energy, try to get off some energy on their Licky Licky when it comes back. The annoying thing here is, their Licky Licky can just roll out me down and just get a ton of energy. So I'm actually kind of tempted to swap out here at this point. I think swapping out might be a decent play. Yep, we do swap out. I'm a very big fan of that play, because if they get like a ton of energy, they can basically beat me. They've got Shadow Ball, that'll look to one-shot my Slowbro, it'll look to one-shot my Soul Rock, it'll basically put us in the ground. They go for a straight Shadow Ball, I'm very happy with that. We're forced to invest both shields, but we should get shields back, and poison jabs will start adding up. The opponent actually lets that go, comes into Skeledirge with 2 shields. Typically, this is a position you don't want to be in. Skelly up 2 shields is so deadly. Can I make a catch or something here? Or maybe I go for a snipe with Rock Slide? Yep, there you've seen it, like, it works every time. It just helps so much. Having this extra energy in Soul Rock to snipe something in the end game. It put us in a position where they put in a 2-shield Skeledirge and we're still somehow beating it. Now, they're not at a move here, so I'm going to come in, go for the rollout. I end up just body slamming their like E, and of course my rollout's going to register first, so we can roll out the Skeledirge, and that's going to be good games. So guys, like I said, try this team out for yourself. Other people have showcased similar teams, and you will see some sort of mirror teams and stuff like that, so people might be somewhat aware of this team, but Solrock hasn't been super common in the meta, but as you see, like, it just works out super well. I do have a few more battles to showcase, but I'll just make this the last one here, I think. I really like Psycho Cut Medicham, by the way. I think it's a very good pick at the minute. Double nuke Psycho Cut Medi, I think, is a great pick for this meta. I think in this matchup you need 1 Surf, 1 Brutal Swing to knock out the Medi. I let this go. I think we live 2 Psychics, or no we don't, but we can get, once again, huge energy lead with Solrock. That's what we're going to go for. We're going to come out of here with just a ton of energy. I'm going to respect the double nuke moveset. We go for Dynamic Punch, and we're going to farm it all the way down. We've basically got 2 Rock Slides, or almost 2 Psychics. We're going to look to go for a Psychic here on the Scrafty. The saving grace of Swift Scrafty is the fact that it's pretty slow to moves. We're able to outpace it, side waves do add up over time, and we're able to do something with it. They're shielding, which is kind of annoying, and I have to shield back. I need to get it a bit lower. They go for Foul Play. Thankfully, the opponent does not pop bait me or anything. They go for a catch here. I'm going to go for Rock Slide right away, and I think if we can get a rollout down here, maybe bank a move. Bank this move, yeah, bank the Psychic. Come in, get a bunch of rollouts for him. We can tank 2 Disarming Voices and look to basically threaten the opponent with an Earthquake. We're going to do another 1 and throw after this. We're almost up to 100 energy. Disarming comes through. I'll actually do 2 just to make sure I cap out. So 100 energy is an Earthquake plus a Body Slam, right? So we can just tap the move at this point, and hopefully Body Slam plus Psychic will be enough to knock out the Scrafty. It took a little bit of sort of management here, but we're able to just about manage this team, and game's well played. I didn't show you the battles, but we did finish out on a 5-0, and as you can see, we've just made absolutely huge gains. I think we started on 2436, and I've actually made a climb up to Expert today, which I'll showcase tomorrow, but 2667, massive climbs, highly recommend the team, and let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. Big thank you everybody, hope you enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you all tomorrow.